During the Nanjing Massacre, a Chinese Buddhist master risked everything to save 24,000 refugees. Despite his noble actions, the Japanese army publicly stripped him naked and humiliated him in the freezing winter cold, dumping bucket after bucket of ice water over his head. His limbs went numb from the cold, yet he continued to offer spiritual comfort to the refugees, refusing to reveal either the whereabouts of a Chinese general or the film negatives documenting Japanese war crimes. Enraged, Japanese commander Yamada executed one of the monks on the spot and gave the master an ultimatum: hand over the film and reveal the general's location within 3 days, or the entire Chixia temple would be wiped out. Knowing lives were at stake, the monk stayed up all night documenting in detail the atrocities committed by the Japanese troops at Chixia temple. January 6, Japanese soldiers looted 300 bushels of grain and raped 6 women. January 11, they shot and killed 3 people, including 1 monk. January 16 to 30, daily raids, looting, and sexual assaults by Japanese troops. January 29, Master Jihai of the temple was killed, and several more were shot dead. With help from Mr. Raid, a well-known figure who tried to protect Chinese civilians, this letter detailing the crimes was smuggled to the Japanese embassy in China. It was a desperate plea, not just to officials, but to the conscience of Buddhist communities in both China and Japan. It read, "Regardless of your belief in Buddhism, the senseless killing of innocents is an act that must neither be forgiven nor ignored." When the letter was published in a newspaper, Commander Yamada was furious. Just then, a man named Honsho arrived, claiming to have studied under the same teacher as Yamada during their school days in Japan. Honsho pleaded for mercy on the temple and promised to convince the monk to hand over the film and reveal the general's location. He also asked for a special travel permit, saying he wished to leave war-torn China and return to Japan with his sister, Su Ping. Yamada agreed. That night, the temple and the refugees held a solemn funeral ceremony for the murdered monk. Disguised among the crowd was the Chinese general, who used the gathering to slip away undetected. But just as Honsho and Su Ping were leaving with the film, they ran into an ambush. Gunfire erupted. Su Ping was killed, and Honsho barely had time to grieve before he grabbed the film and fled alone. Days later, news broke. Chinese General Liao Wenxiang had escaped to Wuhan. The Japanese were enraged. They surrounded Chixia Temple and issued a final warning: surrender the general or the temple would be destroyed in 3 days. The monks stood at the temple gates, hands in prayer. At that moment, Commander Yamada no longer saw a frail old monk. He saw an unshakable, living embodiment of compassion and resilience. Yamada raised his hand to give the order, but it trembled. He couldn't bring himself to give the command. In the end, the monk's unwavering faith and compassion triumphed over brutality. The temple was spared. Justice, humanity, and spiritual strength had defeated violence and evil. Let me know if you'd like this written as a screenplay, documentary script, or short video narration.